Transforming your ITSM with Jira Service Management doesn't have to take months. With the Valiantys ITSM Accelerator package, your organization can jumpstart or restart its ITSM implementation. I'm Sarah Wright, an Atlassian Certified Expert and Senior Consultant with Valiantys. I'll be demonstrating the Accelerator package. I think of the package as an expansion pack for JSM. While JSM does provide the feature sets, it's the accelerator package that connects those features to reap the benefits. But first, let's take a look at what's included. The package was built using the ITIL framework, informed by industry best practices and backed by years of Valiantys experience with Atlassian implementations. The setup of schemas for IT hardware, people, and practices and standards power automations to streamline and transform your practice. The Complementary Out-of-Office app also solves a common problem faced with approvals and assignees. What to do when people take that well-earned time off. We partner with you to workshop and understand your challenges to ensure the implementation meets your unique needs. We provide training for agents and administrators, along with hours for hypercare, to provide fast and lasting ROI. You'll start seeing efficiency and time saving from day one. We are going to start our demo looking at a hardware request. Now, your customers are as busy as you are. They want to be able to make requests quickly here. And what they don't want to do is have to guess at what's available. So by combining this request form with asset fields that are populated from our IT hardware assets, we can show them what is available quickly, effectively creating a service catalog for them. So here I know I want to order a phone. And then I'll know exactly which phone types are available because they are populated here in this dropdown. We'll send that request in, and then we're going to go hop over and see how that looks for the agent and how we've improved the agent's view and given access to a lot more information. When the issues come in, they need to be assigned to the right teams and quickly discoverable. We're going to do that through the use of queues. And this uses part of our people asset schema. And here we can open up, we can see the service desk, and we can see its connections out to different types of requests that might come in for that team. Then anything that is populating for our service desk in the queue, we're going to be able to see in a queue that we use that field for filtering. So everything that lands in the service desk's queue is quickly found. The other thing we do with our people assets is add in additional reporter attributes. So from here, we can open this up and we can identify that person's manager. That manager information we can also use to populate approver fields. Additionally, we can see right away where that needs to be mailed to because we have access to the address for that person and we don't have to have back and forths with them to discover where that item needs to go. In our main panel, we see those IT hardware asset fields once again, and we could see that this is a Pixel 9 Pro, and we have additional information that, for instance, it's using a Google iOS. So our asset fields here are going to reduce the amount of entry that's needed by our customers and make that information much easier to access for our agents. So now we're going to combine our people assets with our hardware assets. And when somebody needs to report a problem with their hardware, we are able to very easily let them know or let them select which device they are reporting on. From here, we have an impacted assets. So we're drawing that together. Folks don't have to go look for their QR codes on their devices or provide additional information. We make it easy as dropping it into a pick list for them. Now, urgency And impact are fields that are going to pull from the included practice standards asset schema. And when folks fill these items in, we're going to combine that with the power of automation in order to set the priority. And it's those priorities where you can filter out your queues. So, once again, getting folks to the right issues to work on as fast as possible and making sure there's consistency with the setting of that priority field by basing it on the selections of the customer. And then our priority comes in here because our schema went out and looked at what was the urgency and what was the impact and did those calculations to help us understand that this particular issue is a low priority. We're taking a peek under the covers of our asset schemas and starting with our people schema. And queues is just one of those object types you're going to get, and where we're going to start building in those relationships that provide so much information and power to your implementation. Here we see the service desk, which is helping to build out those service desk queues. And these get associated with your user groups. And these can also be configured to make decisions about how to further assign all the way down to the assignee of when an issue comes in. Do you want to auto assign that, yes or no? And we will have it set up to create emails that go out and send out to all the members of the service desk team when those issues come in. So there are plenty of opportunities for folks through the use of these queues in order to find the right things to work on and be made aware of the right things to work on. Coming up into our people's area, I'm going to go locate my personal record. And this is going to look very similar to what we saw over on the agent side. It's identified with my user and my manager's user information and includes all of the metadata that we need in order to be able to quickly and effectively service those customers. Having the data available to us here improves the efficiency overall for all of the people involved in resolving these requests. We have linked objects here. So this is where we create the relationship between the person and the item. I can come over here into these references and let's go look at the Pixel 9 Pro that I just ordered and honestly just reported a problem on it. In fact, we're going to see that there. That kind of additional information in here, you could build reporting off of to start saying, hey, we noticed there's lots of problems with Pixels. Maybe this is something we want to reconsider providing to our customers, or there's new units out there we can expect, to get more incidents reported on this. There's a lot of power when you start making these connections. But from here, once again, we can see additional information that we need to know about these particular hardware pieces, such as those asset tags, the models. We can also include information about warranties and create automations for when those warranties are up, creating tasks so people know maybe it's time to upgrade those phones. Coming out into the overall hardware schema, this is where we can start building our catalog. So we have a hardware catalog, and here we list out all of our supported devices by device type. This helps, again, power those request types, making it simple for our customers to know what's available to them. Our third schema that is included with the Accelerator package that we will configure and do initial uploads for you is the practice standards. We already looked at our priority and how we're able to take values from fields on our request type for impact and urgency, and then do those lookups to assess the priority so that those are standard across all of your request types using those fields. We can do the same thing for our risk assessment. So when this comes to our change enablement practice, we'll have fields that let us know what the impacts are and do those calculations so that we can fill in a risk score on our change tickets. We're now over in that change request. And here we can start to see those fields from our assets. In this case, we want to say this is going to be a normal change. And then our affected services are going to be also tied together with our queue settings or those teams that are going to be assigned. So we'll select that demo service and then let the customers report in what they believe some of these risks are. And by simply selecting in here, and then the impact we'll say is moderate. We'll skip the rest of these fields as they are not required for us right now and jump to see the agent's view now on our change request. So here we're able to see those affected services and get additional details about our service. We could see that there was an indicator on there that there is currently an incident that is associated with that. That lets us see that right there. Here we'll see those practice standards in action on a change request. We'll ask customers to let us know what the change type is, what the affected service is, because this we can again combine with our people schema in order to make sure we assign it to the right team when it comes in. Then we provide them with options for rollback possibilities, whether or not testing's been done, when will the change happen, and what is the potential impact of that change. And when that is submitted and the agents go see this now in their view inside of JSM, the calculations are going to be done to take all of the values in these fields of information that were provided to give us an overall risk score. And our risk score is here. It was calculated as high, and it will be anytime it fills that in with the exact same parameters. We're not relying on our customers to assess the change risk. We're not relying on our agents to assess the change risk. We have standardized it because we store all of that information back in our assets. Those high risk changes are going to need approvers. And so, what do we do when somebody is going to be out of the office? We can't wait for them to get them back. We need to keep things moving. And for that, we have the Out of Office app. Here, it's as easy as selecting the user, selecting the dates to be out of office, entering in the alternate assignee and the alternate approver, because those could be two different people. So when I am out of the office, I want my issues to be reassigned over to Mark. And when I'm out of the office, I would like the approver to be Kate. So we simply select those users, select our dates, hit submit. Now, automations are going to take care of the rest, where normally something might have come in and needed me to approve it. It's going to know that I'm out of the office and insert Kate in my place. At Valiantys, we believe in people, process, and tools. Our people first approach means Valiantys works with your stakeholders to identify your service management challenges and goals. We configure the asset schemas and object types and provide the first rounds of data uploading, setting you on the path to success. Included hands-on training ensures your agents can confidently manage and optimize the solution. We also are there to provide ongoing support and expertise.